Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be breaking down last night's UFC fight night. UFC Vegas 48, Jamal Hill versus Johnny Walker. As I predicted in my videos that there was going to be, these were going to be fun fights. They weren't going to be great fights, but they were definitely going to be fun fights. I think you were going to have some pretty cool knockouts. I don't necessarily think this, I think, is going to go under the radar. I think the main event was pretty freaking awesome. I think Johnny Walker is absolutely shit, and I think people see that now. He just doesn't have it. I mean, that's simply what it is. I think honestly, also a lot of this, him losing at this point, getting KO'd, and getting finished as he had by Corey Anderson and by Jamal Walker, and then just the inactivity he's had against like Thiago Santos and Krylov, it shows. It shows because he understands if he gets hit, he gets put away. And that's really what it was. We start the night off with Mario Bautista versus Jay Perrin. Jay Perrin was tough, durable. Really wanted this fight, and you could really tell. Just Bautista was just on another level. Looked really, really good. I know this was his first win in 2 years, so it was really cool to see him. And he was having a lot of success in his last fight against Trevin Jones. He looked real damn good. And then just got caught and lost that fight. Then we moved to Jonathan Pierce versus Christian Rodriguez. I'll tell you what, this is somebody I'm really looking forward to, because Jonathan Pierce, yeah, he dominated most of the fight, but make sure my mic is on. Is my mic on? Yeah, okay, it is. Stupid. But yeah, Jonathan Pierce did everything he should have done. You don't really exchange with him. Take him to the ground, least resistance, like the commentators were talking about. And Jonathan Pierce, he did that for the majority of the fight. Now, Christian Rodriguez's striking is one of the reasons why I'm so excited to see him, because his gas tank is pretty ridiculous. I mean, this isn't even his weight class, and he didn't really get tired. His punches were still really, really quick. He hurt Jonathan Pierce on a multitude of times. Just great win for Jonathan Pierce, but I'm very excited to see what Christian Rodriguez can do next. Maybe in a weight class below. We'll see. But again, very excited to see that, and congrats to Jonathan Pierce. He did what he had to do to win. And then you got Chad Allenger versus Jesse Strauder. People thought Jesse Strauder was winning. I didn't think so. I think what people were seeing was the movement, and he had big movements, and it made it look like Chad Allenger really wasn't doing too much. But I thought Chad was ahead all rounds until he put him away. I thought he could have put him away a little bit earlier. Honestly, he kept hurting him. But he did a good job of being patient and just not looking for the shot, but just taking the shot when it came, and that's what he did. So congrats to him. And then you got a strawweight fight against Gloria De Paula versus Diana Delbita, that's what it is. Delbita, I thought she started the first round off very strong. She looked good. The commentators were kind of igniting that fire, per se. They were, saying how good she looks and all this stuff. And then as the fight was going on, Gloria kind of was taking that spotlight. Gloria was she didn't get touched a whole lot. In the third round it changed a little bit, but she didn't get touched a whole lot. She looked really good with her defense. And her combinations and her accuracy and how clean she was just beautiful to watch. And I think she steals a 2-1 unanimous decision. Honestly, I don't think anybody expected her to fight like that. I don't think anybody expected her to be as on point and as crisp as she was, and she was. It was awesome. So congrats to her. And then you got the retirement fight against Chaz Skelly versus Mark Streagle. Mark Streagle coming off that KO loss to Nurmagomedov, Umar, something like that, whatever his name is, getting KO'd pretty early. And Streagle looked strong, but he couldn't get Skelly off. And that's what Chaz Skelly's, that's what he does. He fights dirty. He's not a dirty fighter, I don't mean that. He fights like with dirty boxing and all this stuff. And you know what does Chad Skelly do? What is he great at? Clinch and just grinding. That's what he did. And then when he got close enough, he threw his punches. Jesus, threw his punches, and then what? And then he throws this knee. What that had been there a couple times. Actually throws the knee, and Jesus, yeah, throws a knee and finishes Mark Straigle. Straigle, he talked about how weird Mark Straigle's chin is, and yeah, I mean he clipped Straigle with on the tip of the chin with the knee, so it's not a great spot to get hit anyways. But he kind of folded, you know, on someone who doesn't have a ton of power. So again, congrats to Chess Gelly. This guy right here is somebody that we lost a lot of potential with him because he's who's the person who beat him the worst? Jason Knight in a back and forth fight? Okay, sure, all right. Every single time he goes out there, these are the fights he gets, and if he gets you to the ground, watch out. Good luck. I think Elkins, they were a back and forth fight too, and Skelly ran out of gas and Elkins didn't. But yeah, I mean, congrats on the win. Have a good retirement. I wish we would see more of you. I wish injuries and stuff didn't take a lot of your career away. But congratulations, and I hope all is well. And then you got Stephanie Ager versus Jessica Rose Clark. Rose Clark is all tatted up. Very, very, very tatted up. Very, very cool. Very nice tats, too. And Edgar, it was crazy because she judo flipped Rose Clark, and then Jessica got up, tripped her, and then got stuck in the right back position as she was, and Edgar threw her again and then submitted her. I mean, it was a master class of jiu-jitsu, and she did very, very well. So congrats to her. Great win. And then you got David Onama versus Gabriel Benitez. You know, I thought David Onama was going to go in there and dominate a little bit more than he had. Not no fault to his. I didn't expect Gabriel Benitez to go in there and as tough and as clean and powerful as he had. He went in there and he looked fast. He looked crisp. That he didn't connect with a whole lot of check left hooks, which is like his signature. But the body shots he was landing, the combinations he was landing, anyways, was just so nice. And then there was a few times where he kept backing him against the fence, and the commentators and everybody was telling him, "Hey, look, look, look! He's backing up. That's how you close that distance and how you cut him off." And there was a point where David Onama got caught in his eye from a punch, and it really seemed to hurt him. And he covered up for a little bit, got swarmed on a little bit, and was able to recover. And what does he do? Pushes forward, makes Gabriel Benitez go to that fence, and he just unloads on him. And again, that finish had been there earlier in the fight. Gabriel Benitez, every time he would move around and get stuck by that fence, he'd stand upright. So it was a great notice from David Onama. He looked really, really good, and it was a nasty finish. Like, Benitez was out for a minute. He really, really got hurt in that one, and I don't expect to see him in the UFC after this. I think he'll get cut. So, you know, Gabriel Benitez had some fun fights, but I don't think really lived up to his potential, and I don't think he gets another opportunity after this. I'd be surprised. And then you have the shocking middleweight fight, Joaquin Buckley versus Abdul Raziq Al Hassan. That was a split decision. The one benefit on Al Hassan's credit, his cardio looked a little bit better. His wrestling looked a little bit better. He showed that he is getting better. I thought Joaquin Buckley played it pretty clean, didn't strike with them, stayed on the outside. Don't think it was the fight that everybody was expecting. But Joaquin Buckley did what he had to do, didn't get hit a whole lot, didn't ever really even hurt Al Hassan either. He just was able to catch Al Hassan with big motions and put him down on the ground and make him work, which good job on him for sure. And then you got Jim Miller versus Nicholas Moda. Holy crap. There was a point in this fight, I think in the first round, that Nicholas Moda caught Jim Miller on the side of the head, and it stumbled him, and the commentators couldn't believe he didn't go down. And Jim Miller backed up for a minute, circled, and then regained his bearings and kept going to work. But the leg kicks and everything was what really sealed this fight, because he kept throwing these leg kicks and leaping in, but he kept leaping in with the right hand. And then when he caught Nicholas Moda, after throwing a couple leg kicks, he leaps in with the left hand, very, very sneaky left hand, and it just flattens him. And I thought the referee also didn't step in as quickly as he could have, honestly. I thought it was a little bit late. Jim talked about it in his post-fight, but congratulations for Jim Miller. That is 2 finishes. Please, Jim, don't get confident in your striking. Please, 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 please don't do that. Just keep doing what got you to the dance. Do not think you are a striker now. You're having a lot of success, yes, because you're putting it together, but if you get bigger name opponents, you cannot do that. Use your grinding ability, use your striking as second nature. Please don't get so confident, because you will end up getting caught, and I don't want to see that. But he's a legend, unbelievable. I hope Cowboy wins the fight against Joe Lozon, and they have a retirement fight with Jim Miller, Donald Cowboy Cerrone at UFC 300. That would be perfect for me. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. And on to the next. Parker Porter versus Alain Beaudet. I thought Parker Porter was going to be able to get Alain Beaudet out of there later in the fight. Beaudet looked very bad in the second round. He looked pretty good in the third round until Parker Porter took him down, of course. But Alain Beaudet showed improvements. He's 8-3 now. Pretty sure he's 0-3 in the UFC, but this one's definitely a step up. If the UFC decides to give him another chance, because he is a heavyweight, we might see something, better in his next fight. So Parker Porter is quietly climbing through the ranks. It's 3 wins. He's 3-1 in the UFC, and they're pretty impressive. I mean, this guy he doesn't look like he's anything really, but he's even thinning out, which seems a little crazy to me. He didn't seem as wide as he normally does in this fight. He seemed like he's, like I said, trimming down a little bit. Cardio was incredible. I don't get it on such a big man, but great job for Parker Porter. I'll watch him fight every single weekend if I could. He's just fun. And then you got a catchweight fight against Kyle Daukaus, the co-main event, against Jamie Pickett. I thought Jamie Pickett was going to come in and just kind of go at him. And even though Daukaus' game plan was to really take him down, wear him out, all those things, I just thought Pickett was going to go in there, go for broke. And I don't really know if he had the opportunity, because Daukaus was just instantly trying to take him down, not really strike with him. And then Pickett, I don't, like, somebody had mentioned this on Twitter. I can't remember who it was now. Oh, Billy Quarantillo, maybe, shout out to you, said that how is Jamie Pickett's corner not yelling the time? How is he not yelling how much time is left? Because there's no way, if Pickett knew how much time, there's no way Pickett taps out. It was 1 second. Literally, it was like tap, 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 bell. So, little bit of a fumble there on the corner of Jamie Pickett, I think. But is what it is. Great win for Kyle Daukaus. And he just keeps on moving up. And then light heavyweight fight. Yeah, light heavyweight fight, Jamal Hill versus Johnny Walker. I thought Johnny Walker did some good things, really just keeping Hill on the outside, not letting him get too close, just big motions, feints, and stuff like that. And then once Jamal Hill decided, okay, you keep doing that same thing, just the jab, I'm going to throw over your jab. And he caught Johnny Walker standing tall, like he always does, standing too tall, throwing a naked strike, and Jamal Hill flatlined him. Dude, he hit him on the side of his head, and he went, oh, and fell. And how the referee didn't stop it at that point, I don't understand it, because Johnny Walker didn't need to take another punch. I think there's something to be said. Since his Corey Anderson fight, and Corey Anderson, Jamal Hill would have done crazy things to Corey Anderson, but since the Corey Anderson fight for Johnny Walker, Johnny hasn't been the same. You can talk about him finishing Ryan Spann. Ryan Spann put him in that position. Johnny Walker, Ryan Spann had Johnny Walker hurt so bad and flailing all over the place that he literally dove into an elbow on the ground, and that's what got him out of there. So I think Johnny Walker, he's a light heavyweight. He has that name. I don't think the UFC will get rid of him yet. but he really hasn't shown anything that he should be fighting any of these top guys. He needs a rebuild, maybe even go down a weight class or go to heavyweight, something that's going to give you some type of an advantage because that chin cannot be touched anymore. Great win for Jamal Hill. That guy has nukes in his hands, and I don't understand it. I think he is something special. I tell you what, his instincts and his ability to what's the word? His ability to read and adapt in fights seems crazy to me. I mean, seriously, it seems so crazy because you just don't see him like that. You know, I see a hair in my face. Jesus. Okay, but yeah. And as always, guys, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought about the main event, all those things. And as always, you know what it is. Hit that thumbs up button and peace.